the attendance of the board of members?
Mr. President, the attendance is 100%. We are in the quorum.
Great. There are a few things we need to discuss today. But before we continue to our discussion, Secretary, can you read us the minute of our previous meeting?
The meeting called to order at 7:58 by President Jacob Secretary. Last week's meeting were amended and approved. Chief Executive recommended that if we are not able to find new facility by the end of this month, the organization should stay in the current location over the winter. After a brief discussion, the board agreed. Mr. Aligre mentioned that the husband of conversion, ill in the hospital. Motion to send a gift to conversion husband, expressing the organization's sympathy and support. Seconded and passed. Mr. Mendoza recommended to have a community service and everybody should participate. This motion is passed and seconded. And this is the business we are going to tackle today.
So, as we all know, our community needs help today. So, as we agreed last meeting, we will have a community service. So we need to think of a project or any activity that can help. We're here to discuss a better way to allocate both budget and let everybody decide what project to implement. In this meeting, we ask that only one person speak at a time. Please direct all questions toward the chair. If you wish to speak, please stand up. That being said, the floor is now open. Is there any motion?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Alegre.
I move to divide all numbers into groups to serve the community.
I second that motion.
It has been moved and seconded that we need to have a group to serve the community. Alegre, continue.
It is good if we divide our number into groups to serve the community. And also we can do a lot of activity in just one day.
How can it possible? There are only 8 of us. We cannot do it if we divide separated.
We can do it by inviting some interested you to help.
Would someone like to address this issue? All those favor to group ourselves, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Are there any additional motion to take into consideration for the community service?
Mr. President,
Yes, Miss Conversion.
I move to donate our old clothes and household.
I second that.
All favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Is there any motion you want to move?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mendoza.
I move to have training program in our community under 3,000 pesos of our budget. I second that motion.
Would you like to explain this motion?
Yes, I think I move to have a training program because as we all see in our community, 40% of the children are malnourished. At least in just one day, we give them a nutritious food.
The floor is open for discussion.
The 3,000 pesos for this program is not enough for the 40% of the children. Why don't we make it 8,000 pesos since our budget is 50,000 pesos?
Would anyone like to respond to this?
Yes.
Yes, Alvarado?
Yes, I think 5,000 is enough because we still need to buy some material for our project.
The problem is 5,000 is not enough for a children. 50% equivalent to 90% of children. I think we should make it 8,000.
Are there any more discussion points?
Mr. President,
Yes, Alegre?
I move to amend this motion to give every house or every deserving family a dry goods.
I second that amendment.
Would you like to explain your amendment?
Yes. If we just give them a dry goods, we don't need to worry about the number of kids. We just only give those houses or those deserving houses a dry goods, and in that way we can help them as a whole family.
Is there any further discussion about this topic? All those favor to this amendment to give every deserving house a good, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The motion is carried. The motion has been changed to have a feeding to distribute goods in every house. Any further discussion? I move to table the discussion until the end of this meeting.
I second that motion.
All favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The motion is carried. Are there any motion pertaining to project and the location?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Corsat.
I want to build a deeper center for the learning of the children.
The motion is not been seconded and is no longer before you. It is not lost as there has been no vote taken. Any other motion?
Mr. President,
Yes, Ms. Alvarado.
I move to teach computer skills to the elderly.
I second that motion.
Alvarado, would you like to explain?
Teaching basic computer skills to the elderly can help them to aware of computer and gadgets.
Discussion is open.
Point of information, how can we make it possible? We don't even have a computer.
I think we can use our computer in our offices, in our labs.
Any further discussion? I make a motion to table this discussion until later in our meeting.
I second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay.
Mr. President,
Yes, conversion.
I move that some of us would volunteer for tutors.
I second that motion.
It is moved and seconded that some of us will volunteer for a tutor. Would you like to explain?
Yes. If you're skilled in a particular subject, share that knowledge with others to those who are struggling.
Is there any discussion point? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. The motion is carried. I motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
The meeting is now adjourned.
Aye.
Skip. Would anyone like to respond to this?
Mr. President,
Yes? Yes.
yes, I think 5,000 is enough because we still need some